Doing a little day in the life video. This is a little project I did today. We're going to be replacing this boiler Cyclast tube. It's got some leaky gaskets that we have to replace every month or two, so upgrading those components. Here's the new one, quite a bit beefier. Nicer valves. Even these Cyclast tubes have some torque specs on those bolts. This bottom valve does have a check valve in it, which is kind of nice. Here's the diagram it came with. Grabbing this F clamp here off the wall. This is going to be for holding down our steam line as we reduce our boiler pressure. This is a 100 horsepower Cleaver Brooks fire tube steam boiler from 1966, still going strong. We stay up on the chemicals with it and do our best to protect the fire tubes. I'm stringing this hose out. We're probably running at 70 or 80 psi right now, and I've got to release all the pressure. I'm turning the boiler off so it doesn't call for heat. Yeah, we're about 90 psi. Opening up that valve for that relief hose slowly, because there's going to be some condensation in there, and we'll watch it as it comes out here. So we got condensation, and boom, there's the steam. Now this isn't just 100 psi of like an air compressor. We've got to release 100 psi of thermal energy. So this actually winds up draining for about 2 hours before I can work on it. Here I've got a wrench. I'm just showing you guys some steam cleaning action, some high power steam cleaning. It works pretty good. Here I'm going to do the Cyclast tube component assembly. You don't want to use pipe tape or pipe dope on these specific components here, because you've got an O-ring that's doing the sealing, not pipe tape. Blue Monster, that's my favorite go-to. You can use it on gas lines, I think, but it's really good stuff. So I'll do 3 wraps of pipe tape, and then I'll come over the top of it with pipe dope. Here's that little check valve drain. That little nib on the end there just holds that check valve off of the lower drain. A little bit of Blue Monster dope. And by doing it this way, I have never had a steam leak after assembling new components. It's just my standard operating procedure. It works really good. There, I've got it installed into the lower check valve. I'm installing this quarter turn valve for draining the Cyclast tube, or it's really kind of a blow down valve. You don't want to blow down your Cyclast tubes any more than you have to. It's really only you're supposed to do it when your Cyclast is dirty and unreadable. Here I'm spinning stuff on. Spinning on the upper valve now. And right about here I'm starting to realize I offset the valves on accident. Whoops. So I'll fix that using my little 7-inch pliers or wrenches to spin this cap on. And there we go. All of the main components assembled and ready for machine fit. And this whole time I've been doing this, the boiler's been blowing down, reducing pressure. I'm just taking a measurement here to make sure I got my 11.5-inch on center measurement. Walking over, oh crap, I still got steam pressure. So I had to wait another 45 minutes or an hour, and then we're back at 0, which is awesome. And the next thing I do is drain a little bit of water out of the boiler. We don't want the pump that fills the boiler up with water and maintains the water level to run. You'll see I'm showing you here. That is the normal level that that pump will automatically hold the boiler at. And I've got to take that lower valve off, so I've got to drain the level below that. So I'm going to go shut the disconnect, or really I'm going to open the disconnect switch so that pump can't run. And I'm going to start draining some water out of the boiler. Now this water is still very hot. I mean, it's just below boiling temperature. So I also will go turn on some quench water. This is just city water, and I'm running it into the same trough that my pump is running in, that my water from the boiler is running into, so it doesn't melt our PVC pipes. And I think we're limited to 120 degrees of water that we can pump into the sewer. Any hotter than that, and city will get mad at us. So we're draining. And here I think we're good. So I start taking stuff apart. And sometimes it's a little bit of a fight with these tubes to get them in and out, especially if they've been installed for a while. Here I'm trying to wriggle it out. Everything is just a little sticky. So I pop these little brass compression rings out, or spacers, I don't know what you call them. They're just to help compress the seal gasket that seals around the sight tube. And here I'm wiggling. I fought with this thing for a little bit. There we go. Got it out. Here we've got the 16-inch Cobras. I'm going to spin these valves off. And these took a good little bit of torque to get them off. They took a good pop. Wasn't expecting that. I think I put those on 2 years ago. And right about here I'm starting to realize I might not have the boiler drain down low enough. Oh. So I went ahead and opened up the drain valve on the boiler to let some more water drain out, and I started working on the upper valve, spinning that guy off. And that went a little bit smoother. Nope, still a little water coming out. So I let that sit for a minute, and I go pipe dope and pipe wrap the new fittings for the new attachment. See, I've got that one on. Screw that in. And I'm crossing my fingers here. Boom. Low enough. That's good. So then I spin the other one on. And snug them down. And here I'm kind of just checking with the straight edge. Wanted to make sure they're both threaded in about the same amount so we get a nice sealing surface. And here I'm screwing in that new assembly. Now these are really kind of a nice design. Being able to pop that out as one whole unit is fairly nice. And I was fighting with some alignment. Finally got it. And I'm just snugging those up. It's just an O-ring under there. It's not too much pressure. About 100 psi is where we turn our boiler off at, so they just need to be nice and snug. Don't need to go 200-pound gorilla on these fittings. So I got that all installed. I'm turning the pump back on. You can hear it running. I'm opening up the valves for the sight glass, so as the water level comes up, I could see it pop up on the sight glass. Took a couple minutes, but I got it back filled up. And I'm putting my hose away. And making sure that I valve off the hose line, because that could make a mess. Turning the boiler back on. And I always hit the switch and expect it to turn on right away. But I just drained the boiler halfway down, so I remembered, oh, I've got to hit the low water cutoff switch, manual reset, and it fires right up. There you have it. Thanks for watching.